G'day and welcome back to the channel. I haven't made any changes to the team. We successfully made it to Ultra Rank 3 for a few reasons, but I've made some changes to the recording setup, so hopefully the audio is a bit better this time and the video might be slightly better. So I'll play, see what YouTube does. In the meantime, we have our first opponent. So they've likely got Lopunny Mega, Garchomp, Corviknight, Volcarona, Charizard, and it could be one or two Mega Charizards. And then I've got Slowking. So I'm wondering whether they have anything to really stop our just Shell Smash Blastoise. And if that's something that they lead with. Because if not, I think we could pick up, but then we kind of do need Charizard for things. So let's scout with our Blastoise. Let's go full Kanto, should we? No. I don't think Venusaur is going to do well in the late game, so we're going to bring Garchomp instead. And if that's the case, it's going to make the weather rolling hard. I've got a plan. I've got a plan. I don't think it's a very good plan. I think there are definitely better plans out there, but they're on a 6-win streak, so they're having a good day. So they do lead with Lopunny, which is kind of a step one for our plan. So they could try high jump kick us. If they could also just fake out. Let's not Mega Evolve, let's just Shell Smash. They're gonna Mega Evolve. And they could do the high jump kick. I doubt they'd be triple axle. So they just go for a bit of chip. It's decent chip. We flinch. I think we try it again, because I don't think swapping is going to help us, unless we swap into Garchomp, but even that's not overly risky actually. They're not likely to triple axle Blastoise, so we're likely going for a high jump kick. Close combat, we should live that, and then we get rough skin back on them to get a special defense form. So that'll make them think about whether they want to stay in or not. They're brought Mega Lopunny, so the likelihood of Charizard is low. However, they could bring Corviknight, and if that's the case, that's okay. I think we just Earthquake. Okay, so they decide to stay in. Earthquake should do big damage on Lopunny. Yeah, Lopunny doesn't have much life, plus the negative defense from close combat was enough for them to think they might be able to stay in and outspeed us, but that's just revealed we are short scarfed. Now they've got the Slowking in, but we were locked into Earthquake, so keep going. It's big damage. They are going to respond with an Ice Beam, so that KO our Chomp. I wasn't sure what their Slowking was going to do, whether it could do a Trick Room or just that or so we'll take that, and then it's a Poison Psychic, and it's pretty slow, so we should just be able to Dark Pulse it, I reckon. And that'll get rid of the Slowking. I don't think we need to Mega this turn. I mean, we could have even Shell Smash this turn if we wanted to. But we've still got Charizard, and I want to keep my options open to see what this is. And this is Corviknight. We're going to need Weather Wall. And it is the reason why I have decided to Mega so ambitiously. Because yeah, now we can obviously do Swapperoos. I mean, we may as well, because Charizard should be able to take care of the Slowking as well. So if we just try and do what we can on Blastoise, maybe they might go for an Iron Defense here, or a Roost. Dunno. They go for an Iron Defense. Doesn't help them at all. We're now double attacked. And yeah, I'm not going to, again, Mega Evolve, but I can at least Water Pulse. Try and get to flinch. Just Water Pulse. Maybe a 1 in 5 chance of confusion. This should do okay damage. It's alright. His body press is going to hurt though, but we live. That is surprising. Yeah, they get a little bit of leftovers, but we can Water Pulse again. And I think even at this point we could Mega Evolve to ensure. I don't think Corviknight has any priority moves, but again, we'll just pop it out, Charizard, and no, didn't survive. So yeah, Iron Defense is bulking up your defense, but nothing for the special defense. So we'll see if they've got an answer. Oh, they've got Regenerator on Slowking. That's why when Slowking left, it was on 25%. Now, magically, it's on 54%, but that didn't even save it anyway. So you didn't need to do any Mega Evolving. Cool. Excellent. Hopefully the audio is better. The game audio was double enough, so it was super loud. But now it's probably super quiet, so we'll see as we move on to the next game. 509. I'm not sure if that means anything. But 509 is running a Metagross, Hydrating, Swampert, Hippowdon, Mawile. So I think in this scenario we do similar to what we've done in a previous match. Hope that they run Hippowdon, because that gives them some weather control, but that allows us to set up our Shell Smash. And then we're probably going to need Venusaur for the Swampert, but they're not running Pelipper, so that's weird, but interesting, I guess. And then, yeah, we obviously run Garchomp to take care of some business at the end, so pretty happy with that. Let's see if they start with the Hippowdon, because that'll allow us to just Shell Smash from turn 1. It is Mawile. Okay. Very Steel. Not overly threatened. We're not impacted by the Intimidate. Play Rough. Iron Head. Sucker Punch. All things Mega Mawile is known to do. I don't know if they're going to do anything. So let's just Mega Evolve, see if we can get our Shell Smash up, survive a hit, and then watch to see if we're in Sucker Punch range. Hopefully we should be okay. So they play rough. We just get KO. So the negative defense from Shell Smash was just enough to KO us, which is unfortunate, but not wholesomely unexpected. So we'll we'll go straight into Garchomp. Then we can threaten the Earthquake back on them. See if they swap into Hydreigon. They do. So that's a good synergy, because obviously I wouldn't be using a Dragon move there. I'd be using my Earthquake. So I think we'll need to note that going forward, if we see some more wild Hydreigon, that it's a bait for Earthquake so that Hydreigon can switch in. Ooh, but they've also swapped. Okay. They could have certainly capitalised then, but they don't know we're not Choice Scarfed, I guess. So they could just as easily do it again. So let's just shut that down. But we miss, just like we did last episode. Knock off, we lose our Focus Sash. We're now in Sucker Punch range, so we're kind of stuck doing our Sleep Powder. At least we connect this turn. So they'll get their 1 turn guarantee of sleep. And now we gamble that they're going to stay in. They stay in, so at least we get an Earth Power off. Excellent. And we can do it again, but are they likely to switch out? They kind of called our Earthquake before, so they might even switch out here. Or they might stay in. Oh, I don't know. I think we have power. Oh, it wakes up Sucker Punch. Yeah, good on him. Well done. That's put us in the spot with brother, because I can't look into Earthquake or Dragon. So yeah, this is not good. I have to lock into Rock Slide, which is obviously not going to work, because this is not going to do much damage at all, and they can just play it off us, which I'm assuming if we survive this somehow, which we don't, so we were going to lose anyway. Yeah, that was a bad position to be in. They're pivoting around the Earthquake there. Garchomp was no good. Garchomp was a significant hindrance, I would say, in that specific encounter. So something to be mindful of in the future. Because yeah, that'll obviously hurt our rating. But we will recover. Still haven't found our use case for... So at the moment, the Pikachu in the team is geared up against Melodic, Gyarados, those types of threats. Pikachu outspeeds and Okos, so that's the idea. But we're not encountering too many of them today. We haven't really encountered too many of them in the past. The question is, are we going to encounter one now? And I think maybe either way, we haven't... It's very risky. It's only really good against... maybe not too much. Maybe we swap the Pikachu out. It's a bit of fun. But 147 speed's pretty good. But I don't think it obviously outspeeds many of those. Usually you try and put a Focus Sash on it, but we've moved our Focus Sash to our Venusaur. So all of that, I think we try Blastoise, Garchomp, and we're going to have to go Venusaur. Venusaur covers the Swampert and the Archeludon. Garchomp covers the Dragapult, which is something I really want to win. When Sword and Shield is around, Dragapult is everyone's fastest thing in the tournament. Strong. Nowadays, no one seems to run it as often as it used to. I guess we have back then. But yeah, I'll take the reign. Thank you. We will Mega Revolve. We will Shell Smash. They can Hurricane us. They can Weather Ball us. I don't think I'm overly phased by either. If we get a Shell Smash up, we then tie, or at least get the same boon that Swift Swim. they're going to be focus sash, so maybe we shouldn't have done this turn 1, but they're just going to U-turn. Okay, that's good for us. Because they'll U-turn likely into their Mega Swampert, which is fine. We're up +2 speed and +2 special attack. They're threatening Wave Crash and Earthquake. But our Water Pulse with our Pulse ability in the range should do crazy big damage. So, let's see. So yeah, they get Swift Swim. They're double speed now. Although, are we max speed? No. So, they Wizard Jab us. We live. We then, yeah, do big water damage. GG. So yeah, well, now we get Pelipper, Archeludon. I don't know, this is not going to do big damage, is it? No. Although that might. That's the 85 over the 80. We don't really care about the flinch. I want to do big damage. Double damage Dragon Pulse. That is criminal. Yeah, I don't think Pelipper's gonna solo my team, so I'll leave it at that. Yeah, I think anything that punishes the Pelipper leads, I've been watching a few people on Showdown, and yeah, setting up stuff like Shell Smash and Dragon Dance and those sorts of things is just crazy. So it's something that I've tried to squeeze into the team, and it's obviously paying dividends. But let's see who our next opponent is. So it's got Skarmory, Dragaggle, Grimmsnarl, Garchomp, and then they've got the... So again, I think Skarmory's going to be a bit of a problem. And I think that's why I want to run Charizard, which may be why they run Glamora. So if they're going to Glamora, I think I'm going to Blastoise again. And this is the real limitation of the ball. Obviously... Oh, actually, pretty keen to run Garchomp. Garchomp has some good coverage. I mean, we could even lead Garchomp, actually. Actually, let's lead Garchomp. And then we'll have Charizard and Venusaur. I think that's okay. That gives us more coverage. Means we're not shell smashing, but I think we've got better early game, mid game, and late game coverage for the options that they can bring. They are on a 5-win streak, so whatever they're doing is working. So it is the Skarmory. It is the reason I opted for Charizard. The question is, do I just swap now? And I think maybe I have to. I mean, they could Brave Bird, they could Body Press, they could Iron Defense. Oh, they could do the Stealth Rock. So good to get, yeah, Stealth Rock. So good to get Charizard out before that Stealth Rock takes 25% of the life. So they know now that we're likely to set the weather and do a big fireball. So they could stay, hit with Sturdy, and do some more setup, or they could pivot out, and they've opted to pivot out into their Garchomp, which threatens us immensely. And maybe this is the reason to change the Scorching Sands to something dragony. Because yeah, I mean this would do maybe okay damage. Almost 50%. Thing is, I don't know if we're going to be faster to be able to do it again. Because we lose all our buffs if we do Scorching Sand, and it's only a 30% chance to burn. We could swap out. I mean, the Garchomp's throwing rocks at us, right? yeah, let's take the 25% hit from the Stealth Rocks later on. They've withdrawn their Skarmory, so we may need that a little bit later. And that means, yeah, we eat a bit of damage here, but we can now swap back to Dragon Ball. If they stay in, we win. No, they leave. Back to Skarmory. Back to Skarmory. So we'll see how much this does. Not a lot of damage. Ugh. So we're likely going to have to swap back to Charizard, who's going to take a big hit. Who's going to make the change back to Garchomp again. We really needed the Scorching Sand. I think that might be okay. Not sure how this is going to play out. If we stay in, we're not doing much to their Skarmory. If we swap, we take big damage. They Iron Defense. So obviously doesn't help them. And now we're forcing them to swap back. They could just... No, so they're, without hesitation, swapping straight back to Garchomp. We get a Weather Ball in, at least. Again. Oh, so close. If that had KO'd, we'd be good to go. We lose the Harsh Sunlight. Now, this... Oh, we needed that one more turn. That would have been so good. Because they can likely just Dragon now. So, in that case, I think we sack Venusaur. Unfortunate as it is. They're likely going to Dragon Claw here. Hopefully they Rock Slide. Maybe they do. No, they Outrage. So they're expecting us to swap there into Garchomp, which we didn't do. I don't think we're in any way... I mean... Nah, because you've got to have something, right? So, yeah, their Garchomp's obviously faster. So, if we swap now, either one gets KO'd, so we have to stay in, click a button, get KO'd. That's fine. It could hit itself, they could also swap out. Not being able to KO that Garchomp was a real... not ideal. 4%'s tricky to work around. Because we can bring Charizard back in, but we're still not scouted out whether the Garchomp is fast or not. I think we have to gamble it, because if we just bring Garchomp in now, they'll Outrage again. Whoa, we're on 1 hit point. Let's see. They could be locked into Outrage. Actually, yeah, if they're choiced, then they're locked into Outrage. They're probably hoping our Charizard would have got KO'd in that. They could also hit themselves, but no. Okay, so yeah. That pretty much ends it, yeah. So, does that mean they were choice Scarf, locked into Outrage? They had a 1 in 3 of winning this game, and we had 1 in 3. And it wasn't what we wanted. Let's scout. Were we faster? No, we were not. So, they get their Outrage off before us, so nothing we could have done then would have worked. Oh, the rough skin. Oh, I didn't think of that. If I'd sent Garchomp in, he would have got KO'd. Oh, that was our win, but the rough skin would have done enough. 4%. That was our win condition, didn't see it. Fair. Let's see if we can get to rank 2. That would be cool with our Kanto team. And then I'll have to think about something to swap Pikachu out with. If you've got an idea, let me know. Leave it in the comments and I will take it on board. But we will move into the next game. And it is more rain, but very more so rain than previous rain. But if they lead Pelipper, we do what we do, and then we lead Blastoise. They can set the weather. I'm okay with that. We then bring Venusaur for the Archeludon and the Swampert and the Basculegion. And then I guess Garchomp takes care of everyone else. Maybe this is also... The Dragon Pulse is nice, but we don't have any fighting, so maybe Aura Sphere would be good here. But yeah, we'll take Garchomp. And then, yeah, Flamethrower would be cool. Just thinking about some other options to switch for the team. Because, yeah, we don't have actually... Blastoise is the only water and dark coverage the team has. So, like, do we need another Dragon Pulse? And there are a fair amount of dragons. Let's see. They are game attacked. Is it Pelipper? It is Pelipper. So, is it going to use it? So that was the thing last game where it could U-turn, and it very well might, right? So I think we do what we did last game, and we Shell Smash, because if it Hurricanes, damage, but let's see. We'll at least get the Shell Smash up, but hopefully Pelipper U-turns. It is Hurricane. So this is the alternate universe that we would have had last game, where, oh, if that wasn't a crit, I think we'd be okay to navigate around the Focus Sash, because that did 130, so that would have only really done 70 damage, but because they crit, they win. So that's RNG. They're not Focus Sash. Aren't they Focus Sash? That is bewildering. So who have they got Focus Sash on? 8? Oh, so it's Damp Rock Pelipper? Let's see if we're faster. No, we do get +2 speed. We were faster last time, I think, or we weren't, but we survived. I don't think we were faster last time, I think we just survived. That's something to think about, whether Blastoise could be a bit more investment faster than the Swampert, but that is okay, because, well, we got Venusaur, we got a backup plan, and they can very much Earthquake us and do whatever they want to do, but that's why we have Energy Ball and a Focus Sash. Swampert has the Mega Stone, so if it stays in, it gets KO'd. If it leaves, then we also have to retreat. But let's see what they decide to do. Thinking. Hello. Hello. Everyone says hello. But what happens? Yeah, so they're going to withdraw. What's they got in the back? Is it... Okay, Snorlax. Ooh. What do we do to Snorlax? Not a lot. So... there's the leftovers. Do we try and Sleep Powder? No, I don't think we can receive it. I think we just have to straight swap to Chomp. They could yawn us. That'd be super annoying. We should have stayed in and sleep powdered, but they do yawn us. Do I think that's okay? So yeah, they got Swampert and Snorlax. I can't afford to lose our Venusaur Focus Sash, so I'm just gonna have to go for it. They're just gonna Rock Slide me though. That's not ideal for them. But I guess it's their only way to avoid Rough Skin. Because they could very easily bring their Swampert back in, but they are losing time on the raid. Okay, so we do need Snorlax. Oh, we do need our Garchomp for the Snorlax. We are at -2 now. How's rain going? 1 of 8. So I reckon we... Venusaur back in, restless sleep. Let's try and wake up first. We do wake up. And we Earthquake. It's a bit more damage. Oh, not a lot, though. We've lost all our attack. Okay. We're definitely swapping now, I think. We should have swapped then. And kept the... kept the sleep. But we didn't know we were going to wake up next turn, did we? Well, way to go. Let us go. This does put us in a precarious position against the Mega Swampert in the back. But it's got a plan. But it relies on a 75% accuracy. Let's go. Doesn't work. We lose our sash. We get fallen asleep. We're now at the mercy of Sleep. So yeah, we'll get our turn of sleep. Now we'll continue to Rock Slide. We're now at half health. There's a chance we wake up next turn. No, we do not wake up. So that will continue to Rock Slide. We can survive maybe one more of those. But I think we're losing any lead we had because they're yawning and we missed. We wake up. We do connect. Okay. Now we're back in a little bit of a better position, although that was their first turn of sleep. So they could wake up next turn. Are they going to switch? Why would they switch? They're absolutely walling us right now. There's no reason for them to switch. They just need to wake up, really, and that was their opportunity to wake up. They're almost stuck on full, but we've at least reset our charm from the -4 attack we were, so we should be back to doing about 40% damage. We could also just crit and KO them, but why would that happen? Oh, we did crit. Nice. They wake up, and they immediately charm us. But we need to keep the pressure on, because if we somehow magically crit again, then it didn't matter the charm, but I don't like our chances. They are getting slimmer and slimmer. And all they seem to have is Rock Slide, which is super annoying. Like, why don't you give your Snorlax a better attack? Surprising. What are they thinking about doing? Are they thinking about swapping? No? Okay, so this does now 16% damage. And they yawn. Where does that put us? We're going to need another crit. I don't think we can afford to be yawned anymore. The Snorlax leftovers is absolutely killing us. So, I don't know why they would charm here. They're probably rock slide, but that could miss, right? When they charm us, yeah, well, ignored. So yeah, we could go for an attack here. But, I mean, even if we sludge wave, I don't think we're doing 42%. So let's try and miss whilst they don't miss. Why would they? So 1 and 4, they rock slided us like a bajillion times. But let's go back. We'll try it again. Yep, rock slide, yum yum. We eat that, no drama. Do they run out of time anytime soon? Unfortunately not. So we get a big earthquake. Come on, 25. Yeah. I'm not switching now. We got a chance to KO this thing. I'm taking it. Oh, they just went up. Taking it. Even if we get a little bit closer. Yes! We did it! Just delaying the inevitable. Now, we are charmed. If I remember correctly. No. We're all good. Our Venusaur is charmed. So, who's faster? Blastoise was 112, we're 145, we're 149. Oh, I don't know. We are asleep. There's going to be a big wave crash. Ice Punch. Alright, yeah, we're getting KO'd. So our only hope is if Venusaur is somehow faster than me. Which I think it is. 145, we're max speed. I think they needed to actually KO our Venusaur. Because out of range, Swampet's not that fast. No. Oh, did it. Good job. What an incredibly cool thing to find. But yeah, they really needed to get rid of our Venusaur, and they were just charming and yawning the Venusaur after Garchomp, which was not their threat, as they saw they had Ice Punch. Bam. Alright. Let's keep going. We're close. We managed to win with our Venusaur Garchomp combo. Yeah, I don't think we needed to be in that much of a pickle. Because we lost our Mega pretty early, which is unfortunate. We have a new team. They have Gallade, Glyska, Rotombo, Sinistra, Barbanakle, and Gardevoir. So they've got 3 potential Megas on their team. I think they are all weak to Big Charizard Fire, except Barbanakle, but we've got Solar Beam for that. So it'll just be the Glyska that we'll need to try and circumvent. And we can do that with Venusaur. Most probably. So yeah, they do have Barbanakle. They could lead with Barbanakle, which might threaten some sort of a rock thing against our Charizard, I don't know. So yeah, let's do that, is what I'm thinking. Again, not thinking Pikachu is going to be a strong candidate here. Or Tinkerton. We need coverage for their Rotom and Sinistra, assuming they're not likely to bring them. Okay, no, they just lead with Rotom. That is good for us. Because yeah, we just straight up Weather Wall. Them might threaten a lightning bolt, but I think we should be okay. Rotom doesn't have that high of a special attack, and it depends if they... I don't think Rotom can be faster unless it's choice. So we'll get some sunlight. They got the Volt Switch. Decent damage. So yeah, choice scarfed, obviously. So let's see what they could swap into. I don't think they had any weather control, did they? Barbanapple. Alright, well yeah, Barbanapple should eat the fire pretty good. Now, I'm not familiar with this encounter, so I don't know how this is going to go. Barbanapple is usually pretty slow. I don't know if Mega Barbanapple is going to be any faster. And I don't think it totally matters if we lose Charizard here. Because we've got Venusaur in the sun after, so I'm happy to... That is a lot of arms. Keen to see what happens here. No, we are just faster. Solar Beam in the sun against Rock Water is big damage. That is big damage. Didn't even get to see what it did. It's unfortunate. But now, so the Rotom could equally come back here and do another Volt Switch. Fine. We've got that covered with Venusaur and... oh, this could be a cool trick. So if they try and Volt Switch us again to do more damage, we can swap into Garchomp, eat the Volt Switch. If they're Choice Scarfed, they're locked in. So let's have a play. They did go for the Volt Switch, it doesn't work. And are they now Choice Scarfed into that? And if they swap out to anything, I think Poison Jab is the best. I don't know what they've got in the back. So they're going to have to hard switch now to... Okay, so if you bring in Rotom and Barbanapple, you bring Gardevoir as well, right? So they switch out. Well, it's Sinistcha. Wow, we have Charizard in the sun and they're bringing Grass Pokemon. That's insanity. What does Sinistcha do? Machigotcha try and burns me? That has a 30% chance of poison, so I'm keen to just have a crack at that. No, Strength Sap. My attack fell. Oh, that's a huge heal. Okay, Sunlight faded, so we should be okay to swap back to our Charizard now. Just reset the sun, and then threaten Weather Ball. Had enough fun with the Poison Jabs, that wasn't working, but we can reset the sun, they'll Calm Mind, get some special defense, but I still don't think that's enough to enable them to survive a Weather Ball, but they are at 100%, and yeah, Weather Ball at 100 with boosted in the sun plus stab is better than Air Slash. Alright, so the question is, can they KO us in a turn? No, they're just going to Calm Mind again. And 2 defenses isn't going to take that 70 points of damage down to... They're not going to be able to survive this. So yeah, Full Weather Ball. This should do enough. And it does. That leaves them with Rotom Mode. And Volt Switch maybe. Yeah, Rotom Mode isn't going to be able to put up much of a fight. They could lock into Volt Switch again, which is bad. You know, their Choice Scarf. And that should take us to Ultra Ball Rank 2. And it does. Alright, well yeah, I'm keen to leave it there. The team's getting successful, and we still haven't used Pikachu yet, so yeah, we'll definitely be looking to sort that out. But let us know what you think in the comments below. If you're enjoying this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel and I appreciate the support. Otherwise, until next time, take care and enjoy. Thank you.